Hello everyone and welcome back to the 15th edition of Pub Quiz. My name's Chris and as always I'm your quizmaster for the evening. Another week has passed and maybe we've learned something new. Well, let's put that to the test. But before we get to the action, just a gentle reminder that we have two editions of the weekly Pub Quiz. The weekday edition is a live commentary pub quiz with me, and on weekends, take it easy with the voiceless edition. Now before we jump to the rounds, let's check out the round 14 leaderboard. Pretty good scores all round, which is why a pretty special score of 59 out of 64 was needed to take the prize. Congratulations. Now for the rest of us, time to pick up the pieces. Let's have another crack at it. Let's check out what we have in store. 64 questions over 8 rounds. Kicking things off, it's film quotes, followed by Peninsulas. True or false follows, then something I'm not too smart at, clothing. And then after the halftime break, we have Weld Towers, followed by Idioms. Round 7 is statues. And last before the finishing line, we have connections. Looking good, so let's not waste any time. Make yourselves comfortable, hit that subscribe button to help out the channel, and let's hop to it. Question 1. I feel the need for speed. What is the film? That is Top Gun. Question 2. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. That is The Lion King. Question 3. I see dead people. That is The Sixth Sense. Question 4. Where we are going, we don't need roads. That is Back to the Future. Question 5. There's no place like home. That is The Wizard of Oz. Question 6. It's just a flesh wound. That is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And question 7. Fish are friends, not food. Finding Nemo. And last of the round, question 8. If you build it, he will come. That was Field of Dreams. Question 9. Portugal and Spain occupy which European peninsula? That is Iberia. Question 10. The Peloponnese is a hand-shaped peninsula in which European country? That is Greece. Question 11. Which European country occupies the Jutland Peninsula? That is Denmark. Question 12. Name this very long and thin Mexican peninsula. That is Baja California. Question 13. This peninsula in the northeast of Africa is known as the what? That is the Horn of Africa. Question 14. Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand and Vietnam occupy what peninsula? Mainland Southeast Asia or Indochina? Question 15. Name this peninsula in the Middle East. That is the Arabian Peninsula. And last of the round, question 16. This Canadian peninsula shares its name with a dog breed. Name the peninsula. That is Labrador. Question 17. The Great Wall of China is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. True or false? That is false. Question 18. Water expands when it freezes. Is it true or false? That is true. Question 19. Sound travels faster in water than in air. That is true. And question 20. American or British Sign Language is not English. That is true. Question 21. An unfertilized egg is a single cell. Is it true or false? That is true. Question 22. Paris is in the Western Hemisphere. That's false, it's east of the Prime Meridian in London. Question 23. Your hair, it still grows when you die. That is false. And last of the round, question 24. The first iPhone screen measured 3.5 inches. True or false? That is true. Question 25. These can be plain, French, flat, or bound. What is it called? That is a seam. Question 26. Name this style of pants. They are culottes. Question 27. Name the fabric part of a jacket or blazer below the collar. That is the lapel. Question 28. What clothing part has a tape, stop, teeth, and pull tab? That is the zipper. Question 29. What clothing item can be pencil, A-line, or mini? That is a skirt. Question 30. What items are combined to make a shacket? That is a shirt and a jacket. Question 31. Name this hat. That is a deerstalker. And last the round, question 32. What type of clothing is a mule? shoes. Did you know we have a channel membership? Check it out under the banner on our channel page. If you ever felt like supporting independent content creators, you can purchase a monthly membership. It's only £1 a month, but it goes a long way to helping us bring you awesome content each week. Thanks as always for supporting the channel. Now let's get back to the quiz. Question 33. Name the city where you'll find the sky tree. That is Tokyo. Question 34. In which city will you find the Oriental Pearl? That is in Shanghai. Question 35. This Fernsehturm or TV tower is the centerpiece of which city skyline? That is in Berlin. Question 36. The CN Tower is the tallest tower in what major city? And that is Toronto. Question 37. Where is the Strat, formerly the stratosphere? That is Las Vegas. Question 38. The BT Tower is in which city? That is in London. Question 39. The Zhizkov Tower and its babies is in which European capital city? That is Prague. And last of the round, question 40. This African tower bears the name of its city in its name. What is it called? That is Cairo Tower. Question 41. To set a clear limit that must not be crossed is to do what? Draw a line in the sand. Question 42. A back and forth contest to win over the other is a what? A game of cat and mouse. Question 43. To have a personal motive to do or say something is to what? Have an axe to grind. Question 44. To surrender is to do what? That is to raise the white flag. Question 45. To be betrayed or sacrificed is to be what? Thrown under the bus. Question 46. Being in a difficult situation is to be where? That is up against the wall. Question 47. No longer being in danger is to be what? That is out of the woods. And last of the round, question 48. A small insignificant amount is a what? A drop in the ocean. Question 49. This statue sits at the foot of a museum's stairs. Name the character. The answer is Rocky. Question 50. Name the Italian artist in this Milan statue. That is Leonardo da Vinci. Question 51. Name this film archaeologist. That is Indiana Jones. Question 52. This historical figure was the first to do something. What was it? That is Yuri Gagarin, the first to go to space. Question 53. This subject of a Beatles song sits beside all the lonely people. What is her name? The answer is Eleanor Rigby. Question 54. This statue in Barcelona shows an explorer announcing a world-changing discovery. Who is he? That is Christopher Columbus. And question 55. Name this character by his ears or hand gesture. That is Mr. Spock. And last of the round, question 56. This historical figure's statue is suspiciously far more attractive than he actually was. Who was he? That is Chairman Mao. Question 57. What connects Amelia Earhart and Charles Lindbergh? They were the first of each gender to cross the Atlantic in a plane. Question 58. What connects the element boron and Bruce Willis? The answer is the fifth element. Question 59. What connects caves, jokers, and baseball? The answer is bats. And question 60. An envelope can contain one or thousands of these. What is it? The answer is letters. Question 61. What can come from a syringe, a camera, or a gun? That is a shot. Question 62. What connects straw, tin, and lions? They are Wizard of Oz characters. Question 63. What is something that can be very unkind, but also average? The answer is mean. And last of the round, question 64. What is flat or Phillips? The answer is screwdriver. And that's a wrap for another week of the quiz. How'd you do? Why don't you head on over to the comments and let us know your score. Remember, sharing is caring, and maybe you'll be this week's winner. Thanks as always for supporting the channel, and looking forward to seeing you next round. Bye now.